Whew. How do you summarize a moment that you've been working years for? I guess it starts with a grateful heart. And I'm just so proud of this team and their resiliency. I have the best staff in America. They can all be head coaches. Jason Glover, Laura Dinkins, Ashley Lopez, Deja Bernard, Brian Camacho. Those names are a big piece of why we got this win. And then just the gritted out, gutsy performance from our veterans and our leaders. It's an amazing feeling because at the beginning of the game, before in the locker room, I said, everything you've done to this point has been good enough. You are good enough. You are worthy, and you belong, and you're good enough. You're good enough in June. You're good enough through the highs and lows of adversity. You're good enough when the media tried to pressure you. You were good enough when things weren't going your way. And today, you're good enough to win a conference championship.
Anyone with questions, raise your hand. We have a microphone coming around the room. Richard?
Molly, just talk about what flipped in that third quarter. You guys were down by 10, and then all of a sudden you made another surge, made a run. Trinity, everybody made some big plays, defensively especially.
Yeah, I was just staying true and loyal to our identity and brand. We know that this is a good basketball team, and we know what we're capable of. When things didn't go our way, we could have crumbled. But I've got senior leadership. I've got veteran kids that won't give up. They had a look in our eye. Of course, I was a little nervous there. It was a little hit and miss, but I just felt confident. I felt confident with this team on the court.
This is for the players. Can you guys describe the scene in the locker room after you had your celebration outside with all the fans? But what was it like when it was just you guys, when you can soak in the moment of what you guys just accomplished today?
TBD.
Oh, we haven't been to the locker room. We've been out there partying.
We met them halfway.
This is going to be a two-part question. First, for you, Coach. The last loss dating back to November the 18th with Oregon. Was there any panic or on today's game when UT Arlington went up about 10 or 11 there?
I mean, we've been down before. We've had to win different ways, and our shots weren't falling. I thought we were getting some good looks. I special credit to Trin. She had some roll in and out, but she stayed the course. When she was in that huddle, she was locked in. And so that comes from leadership. And I think T was looking her in the eyes saying, you got this, you're fine, you're good. Lowe's out there, she just leads by example. And you can see her energy and effort into every single play. When we weren't hitting our inside shots, we went to Lowe there in the third quarter. And she had that no-fear attitude. So I was really proud of her to step up than maybe some of our core players. Shots weren't falling.
And this question is for Trinity. Down the stretch there in the fourth quarter, made some very big, tough shots there. Was there any point where you maybe thought, hey, as being one of the seniors on the team in that leadership role, did you maybe say, hey, down the stretch, I'm going to bring this home for us, since down the stretch you did make a lot of big, tough shots there?
Yeah, I think I kind of just let my mind go at ease and kind of played with a sense of peace that I think works best for me. So once I hit that poised level, it was over.
Molly, was there a specific emphasis talking at halftime about the fact that the points in the paint weren't coming? And in that last 15 minutes, Trin and Laura, you were battling foul trouble, but you also were battling inside. How were you able to kind of maintain that consistency without getting over-aggressive?
We talked in the locker room about taking the right shot. I don't think we were taking our shots. We were forcing the issue a little bit. We just needed to chip away. There's no 10-point play. Get it done on the defensive end, let our defense generate our offense. We had to make some things happen because we were taking some uncharacteristic looks. And in the locker room, it's just, hey, do what we've been doing to get here. We don't have to change anything. We don't have to panic. Okay, we're a defensive team, so we can score in droves off our defense. And I think they really bought into that. Like, let's just take our shot. We always talk about KYP, know your personnel for the opponent, but KYP, your own team. Know how to get each other open and play to each other's strengths. We did that a lot better in the second half.
Tiara, we heard, Coach say, you guys are good enough, right? You're good enough to win all these games. You're good enough to win today. And you're good enough to go to the NCAA tournament. What's it like to be with Coach Miller for so long and then help prove her right today?
It's outstanding learning to trust the process and, it turns out in your favor. So just being able to be here and, to stay steady-minded with her and being able to trust our process I love the outcome.
Yeah, but to kind of follow up on that, you talk about trusting the process. You really had to trust it today when the game was not going you guys' way. What was it like to win the way you guys did? And, oh, by the way, defense does it again.
Like Coach Miller said, our shots weren't falling, but we learned to stick together and stay and persevere through whatever. So just knowing that even when it may not be going our way, listening to the coaches and just sticking together, staying together as a family is going to turn out good for us.
To Paul.
For Trent T and Laura, each of you have your own path to this moment. Can you just describe for what this means to each of you?
Laura, you go first.
I mean, for me, I couldn't be more grateful to be surrounded by these girls and for the opportunity that Miller gave me. It brings me to tears thinking about it. And to just have this be your 5th year and then, you're going to go out there and cut down the nets at home and then go out here and cut down nets again and just have all these girls have your back no matter what. I couldn't be more grateful.
I could say the same thing. It's my 5th year as well, 5th year at GCU. Like I said, just trusting the process and also building a family as we go. It's been very grateful to me just being where I am and also persevering through it and having this outcome.
Yeah, I don't get a 5th year, sadly. But yeah, like you said, every path is unconventional. Everybody walks their own path in the daylight. So, we were all destined to come here to meet each other, to play with one another, one way or another. So that's all it takes. You follow your heart, you follow the path that your life is leading you to, and you get what you want.
Head to the back of the room.
Molly, what was it like walking up, getting ready to cut down the nets? You start to toss them to the crowd, but your kids are with you. This particular group is with you. Just what was that like going through that?
I just want to share in the joy with everyone who supported us. I'm the face, but there's so many people behind the scenes that make this work from our administration. We've got so much support from President Mueller and Jamie Boggs, our AD, and they just uplifted us to this moment. From staff, support staff, it's just been incredible. I wish I could go through all the names of the SIDs and the strength and conditioning coaches and the doctors and the trainers, but it is a family, like Tiara said. So I just wanted to share that joy with every single person that has supported us on this journey.
Any other questions from Richard?
Looking at the big picture now, going in the tournament.
We're going dancing.
Selection Sunday. That's got to be cool. All together, celebrate. What is it? Almost like the pressure's now off, and you can just play loose, easy because no one's really. I don't know if anybody's going to figure you guys to make any kind of run in the tournament. But how do you guys feel about it going in?
We're going to keep this tempo. Whatever we're going to do, because we're going to knock off a few teams in the tournament, and this team, out of anyone, can do it. I'm so excited to go to the big dance and even put some more eyes on GCU women's basketball.
Again, congratulations, Coach. Kind of want to piggyback on that. What's going to be your guys' kind of next steps, getting ready for the tournament? I know bracketology kind of has you guys going there as a 12 seed there. Have you guys, I know you want to soak this one already in. What's going to be your next steps to kind of follow through the next, 24 to 48 hours to kind of get ready for that next step?
We'll have a practice where we pretend like we lost. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Sleep, baby.
No, the staff is incredible. We're going to put our heads together. We're going to enjoy this moment, watch Selection Sunday, see who we match up with, and prepare to win a ball game.
Back to Scott.
Questions for Laura. How did you prepare for today? It seems like they've got some really good post players, and you stood up tall, 19 points tonight. I mean, you really got it done when the team needed it most. The shots weren't falling, but you worked on the question is for you and for Coach. Besides post play, your reaction on the game-winning play, basically a defense or offensive rebound to keep possession and basically put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't prepare any differently than I have all year. I mean, I pride myself on my work ethic and being ready when my name's called, and so I think I haven't wavered all year. And today was no different than the rest of this year. And, I know my teammates have trusted me, and, TTTB, they put me in the best positions to be successful on the floor. So, I mean, yeah, I scored a lot today, but that's because T and TB put me in those positions. I mean, they have the utmost trust in me, and they're the ones who encourage me and give me the energy to go out there and do what I do to help the team. So, yeah.
Coach, was there anything additionally with the post play to piggyback off Scott?
We just have to complement one another, and that's what's so dangerous about this team. If someone's off, and the opponents also can't scout one or two people. So we just complement. I think all the pieces fit together nicely in this puzzle of a brand that we've made. So if one person's not hitting their shot, we can go to someone else. We can have a different look. We can really have a variety, which is the spice of life. And that's what this team represents, is just a variety of ways to get stops, to get scores. And again, we've won different ways this year. And this was a grinded-out win where you had to keep your composure, stay locked in. I'm really proud of them because we've actually practiced those moments. As much as we've had some high-margin victories in practice the past week, we've been doing end-of-game scenarios. So all that hustle, and I don't know if it was an offensive rebound. I think it was a steal off a defensive rebound that stealed it. So all those things for us that we've been practicing, we implemented in this game, and we didn't want it to come down to a single possession, but we were prepared for that, and that's a good testament to the kids.
Here to the back.
And Coach, kind of piggybacking off of that, the fact that it was Cooper poking the ball out at the very end, that it could have been a very different kind of final seconds had she not done that. Just how fitting is it with your guys' style of play that it came down to that?
She will do whatever the team needs her to do, and in that moment, she came through for us. And Coop's not the one that's usually up here or her name's in the print, but she means so much to this team, so I appreciate that question because she is a lockdown defender. She deserves the credit. Her heart and her buy-in has always been there, but she doesn't get a lot of the print, like I said. So I just think I'm extremely happy for her. I know we all believe in Coop when she's out there. We flow with Coop. She sets the tone. So it was very fitting, since we are so convicted to defense, that we sealed it with that stop.
Any additional questions? We have time for one more. Outstanding, ladies. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Next week.
Thank you.
Best of luck.